Greetings, Bear Bull traders. Brendon D here, giving you another recap on TNDM today. One trade for me today. Now, I know if you saw Andrew's recap, he took it to the short side later in the morning. However, I took it to the long side just after the open. So let's have a little different perspective. Might be useful for some of you guys to watch. Looked at the daily, did not see any levels. Went back a couple of years, nothing was there. Moving averages are way low. So nothing was in sight. Did gap up a couple points at a 43 million share float. So on the low mid side of the spectrum there, and had an average range of about $1. So potential to move a lot during the day. So size, probably want to tone it down to maybe, I'd say less than 20K buying power on this. That's just not, it's just too much risk otherwise. Anyway, so what we liked about this is the pre-market was a super clean setup. We saw a high of 26, low of 23.25, consolidation point. So we have potential to the downside if this breaks, and the upside if we get a breakout to the upside up to $26. So we have a lot of potential, especially because of the pullback here. It wasn't moving in either direction yet, which is great because now the traders decide where it wants to move. You get in right when it starts to move, you don't get in after the move. So that's what I liked about this pre-market. And if you look at the first couple minutes here, we see higher lows here. So that is not something you want to take short, especially since this opening range was a kind of a bullish doji with a long downside wick, very close to VWAP, very close to the strong consolidation point in the pre-market, and did not want to go short. I mean, a lot of traders probably did. They probably went short at this break around 23.50. And it got squeezed on higher lows here. And also, if you recognize, this is an ABCD pattern, and so that's great. However, I'm more of a working off the 5-minute here, and foolish to get in here. So do not take this at the top end of this ABCD pattern. You always wait for a pullback. So we're not just trying to take something long if it's bullish, short if it's bearish. We're working on better entries. I mean, I think that's what this community tries to focus on. Or a little more sophisticated than just going in at break of high day with no good entry. I mean, sometimes we can, but we like to get better entries on pullbacks. So it's at least try to do that half the time. So we'll cut you some slack there. So saw a pullback to VWAP, and I just had a not the cleanest entry because it happened so quick. I just jumped in here and saw that didn't break VWAP, so I saw some strength. However, perfect entry would have been there. I mean, that's really hard to get there. Would have been great to do a review on that type of entry. But anyway, so I had a target of around $25. I thought that this consolidation level here would have been a modest target to get kind of a leg or two up. Now, 26 might have been too greedy, and look at it, it was. It didn't even test 26. It tested around 25.50, a couple tweezer top here, and then just gave up, and that's when Andrew went short. But I jumped in there at just kind of the bullish opening range and wanted to take it up to $25. I think these moving averages were different during the market hours. It might have changed because I'm doing this after hours right now. But I just wanted to kind of do one more leg up to $25 and stop what was below VWAP. So we're looking at kind of a 2-to-1 risk reward. So I like that. I like this setup, and jumped right in. Rode it up higher after this ABC breakout. Looked great. And this, I just got in. I think it was on 24.80 I got out. I just, we can't bring this down to the penny here, but I just, that was enough for me. I mean, that move was plenty. I mean, it was a modest pop. That was a leg up. That's what I wanted. I didn't want any more. I think I made $580 some on that. Used about 18K buying power, and that was enough for me. I don't want to overdo it. And yeah, just got out and just watched it sell off. A lot of people might have went long here, and then I think Andrew went short around VWAP here. It looked great. I mean, this was great, but I already made my daily goal. I didn't want to mess around with it anymore. The more trades you take, the chances of making mistakes increase. It's just simple statistics there, and especially with all these wicks downside. So just made my move, got my ABC leg up, and was great. So guys, I got squeezed on Hasbro a couple months back. I went short during earnings at the open, right at the open, and that was a little foolish. So lesson here is if you have trouble stopping out like me, wait 5 minutes, wait even 10 minutes, get more confirmation, have better quality setups, and the times you will have to stop out will go down just because of that greater confirmation. It's just like you can write all these rules out, and this equals this if this happens. It's not, you know, black and white like that, but the odds, the chances, and this is all statistics. You're playing, you know, what you think will happen with more confirmation. Better for new traders. And, you know, I know Andrew sometimes jumps in 4 or 5 minutes, and that's because he's been sitting in that chair for, I think, 4 or 5 years now. And he has been through the ringer to understand how to stop out. He has that control, but new traders don't, so you need to have that greater confirmation. But anyway, guys, have a great weekend, and see you guys on Monday.